Hey fellow foodies, it's Faye from facefood.com. Last week I promised you I'll show you another way to utilize leftover stale bread. Well, here it is. We're going to be using them in these mini bread puddings. Okay, so in my freezer I had some leftover brioche buns from when I made burgers. So they were just in the freezer, so I decided to cut those up into cubes. You can use any kind of bread, as long as it's stale or kind of dried out. You can even put them in the freezer to dry them up a bit, but you want to just cube them up and put them in a bowl. Then you want to take your ramekins and really butter them up nicely to prevent anything from sticking. And then I'm going to just kind of grab a handful and place some into the ramekin. There's no real exact amount, you just fit as much as you can into it. Okay, I'll do the same for the next ramekin. Just fill it up above the top. Alright, so now we can go ahead and start with the custard. I'm going to go ahead and pour in some milk and the eggs. And give this a whisk. And you'll notice this is really similar to if you've ever made French toast. It's basically the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to add in some sugar. And mix that in there. Okay, I'm adding in some vanilla now. Mix it in. And then some cinnamon, bit of nutmeg, and finally a pinch of salt. We'll go ahead and give this a final mix, and you can see how easy it was to make our custard. That's all set. Now, the great thing about these bread puddings is you can really make a variety. So if you wanted to make like a chocolate one, for example, I would substitute the cinnamon and nutmeg for espresso powder or espresso beans and the chocolate chips or chocolate chunks. You can do that as well. So you can make pretty much any flavor bread pudding you'd like. Okay, so for ease, I did pour the custard into a measuring cup, just so it's easier to pour out. You will make a mess, so if you don't want to make too much of a mess, I recommend pouring this with the ramekin on top of a sheet tray. What you want to do is just kind of pour half of the custard over each one. And you can see as the cubes absorb the custard, it does kind of sink down. So you can add some leftover cubes into it, the top as well. And just make sure it's as moistened as it can get. Each cube should get a little bit of the custard. Alright, so do the same thing for the next ramekin. Okay, we're going to bake these at 350 for 35 to 40 minutes. A good way to indicate when they're done is inserting a paring knife into the custard. It should come out with a few moist crumbs. Once it's out of the oven, you want to cool it for about 10 to 15 minutes. and then you can serve it warm. So there's many ways to top this. I choose to put some maple syrup on top. I'm also going to put some homemade whipped cream on top, just because I can. And some people even put ice cream on top, cinnamon. You can really top these as you please. And I'm going to finish them off with a dusting of powdered sugar. These look great, they taste great, they're incredibly easy to make. Give it a try, you will not regret it. It's a great brunch dish. For the full recipe, go to faysfood.com. Like this video, comment below for any comments or questions. Share this video and subscribe to this channel for more great videos on the way. I do want to wish you all a happy new year. I hope this new year brings many blessings and health and happiness to you and your families. I really do appreciate the support. Until next time, guys, you have a wonderful day.
You know I ain't trying to say no dreams. I'm just trying to make this money. I ain't trying to share with the team. Girl, I ain't trying to take nothing from you.